Good morning, everyone. We are here today on this Sunday to witness a great session or a thrilling session, which is to be handled by Professor Nazeeb from Chennai, the new college. He is assistant professor in the Department of English. He is a voracious reader. He likes traveling and he is also a mind reader. So if you want to know more about yourself through him, please connect with him personally. He can help you a lot. In fact, he has given a lot of prophecies for me, which even I had not thought for myself years ago. Today, whatever he sees me wherever I am, he had predicted long ago. So if you want to know something, he is the person to connect with and know your future as well. Yeah. So, having said this, I'm glad to introduce him. I'm delighted to have these sessions going beyond the borders because there is a lot. We are all humans, yet we'll be learning different things from different regions. There's way of handling things. So that's the whole intent of this platform. But let us hear more from him as these are bullet learning sessions, very short sessions. We'll hear more from our resource person. Over to you, Professor Razik.
Uh, yes, good morning, and thanks for that wonderful introduction. And yeah, I have to say that I'm a person with lots and lots of mind reading qualities. With with this literature background, I always feel like if you want to be a better human being, you have to understand, you have to put yourselves in other shoes. That makes me going very strong in having people, wonderful people in my life. Same like 3T Hub, super human beings, and also data mass. I hope that I'm pronouncing this word correct. And thank you so much for inviting me, Professor Chetna Saran, and in this beautiful morning. I'm also so much excited to share my knowledge where it's
I
completely of.
request you to be a bit louder.
Uh, am I
Yeah,
audible,
yeah.
man?
Audible, yeah, but the recording
Yeah.
may have it
So
very
I have
feeble
to raise
voice.
my voice, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I'm same like you people. I'm so excited to share my knowledge, and also I'm a person always try to learn, not only in my literature area. I'm a little bit interested in commerce and trade, and also some a little knowledge in human resource management. With this, I strongly believe that we are living in a digital era, and we can call ourselves as digital natives. Um, and apart from that, we are also dealing with the people who are completely immersed in the digital world, where they are just slowly getting away from the reality. And it is a tough task and taxing kind of a work we are just giving into the society. I'm talking about the students community where they always find a teacher should be with the super duper kind of person where he or she has to give uh, an information which is not being found in the Google or yeah, on any other platforms, you know. So we have to keep on working to give them more inputs. And when it comes to vocabulary improvement or vocabulary developments, you know, apart from that, going to vocabulary building, I would like to take the first thing is creativity. You know, as Professor Sarang has said, um, you have to be creative only if you travel. That's my strong conviction. You know, and only if you travel you can come out with lots and lots of bright ideas, and you can make stories out of it, you know. And not only that, uh, that makes your career very, I mean, full of enthusiasm, and you always make sure that you are just doing something different from others in your fraternity. I hope that I am giving you the clear picture regarding this traveling. So I always make sure that traveling will always be in not in and around the nation. It should be out of country. So when you are getting mingling with the people following, I mean, not speaking your language, not following your culture, not following your faith, not following your uh, the so-called the political ideologies or some other kind of cultural things. Um, you always come out with the kind of a strange and something weird kind of stuff, you know. Uh, it was in the year 2018. I was traveling Europe, and I was in Netherlands in a business city called Hague. In India, we always pronounce this word hog, but Hague is the right pronunciation for this one, Hague. So I was traveling this big city where I won't say that it is a city. It is a city in the forest, a dense forest where it's like, you can imagine it's like a Belagan, where it is completely surrounded with full of greenery. So I was traveling, and I was taking a metro bus from the beach to the central bus terminus. At that time, I was boarding with my family, and also I got this swiping card to deduct my trips trip payments. And you know what? I was just trying to swipe the card, and the driver in the bus, he was like just looking at me, and he was looking at his device. The device was not working, and again I was swiping. Again he was thinking that I'm doing it wrong. So he took the card and he swiped, and again it was not working. And after that, he checks. I was the first passenger to get in, because you all know that European nations, so most of the cities are not crowded, and it is so empty streets, and people always prefer to ride the bicycle, you know. And he found that the device was not working. So what he did was, hey, mister, this trip is going to be free for you. And I was totally, I mean, taken aback, you know. Uh, why? What went wrong? Then he was saying, it's my fault. It's my fault. Before taking this trip, I have to check all these things, but it is my fault not checking this device, whether it is working or not. As usual, I took the bus from the terminus, and it is a free fall. And I was just thinking of what would be the same situation if I'm in Chennai or in any other cities in India. A bus conductor takes the money if the ticket is like 8 rupees, and if you're giving just 10 rupees, the man is not going to give. I'm sure, but I have experienced that in many cities like Bangalore or Hyderabad or Delhi or in Chennai. You know, they are not going to return your balance. You know, so see the honesty, see the dedication in their career. And by this, I always make sure that in business also, customer service is very important. I would say, I strongly say that the reason for our nation is business is simply lagging, and it's going somewhat in a very slow pace. It's all because one of the reasons I can say is customer service is not satisfactory. So if you're giving the 100% satisfaction to the customer, whatever the price is, he will always come back to you, and he will always refer you as uh, you can take your business to the next level. Right. With this, I just just want to go to this my PPT presentation that deals with vocabulary. Uh, that is of I have got this idea to introduce some of the uh, uh, unknown, or maybe you people would have come across some of those terminologies or the idioms or phrasal verbs. The reason for introducing this uh, vocabulary is because most of the uh, Americans or the European nations, people in European countries, they always prefer to use the phrasal verbs and idioms where we are totally not at all, using in our business area. So my other reason is when you speak with your students or when you're handling the classes, uh, when you start using this phrasal verbs or the idioms, which are unknown to the students community, then they will always make you as a person who uh, is super knowledgeable, so I just want to introduce those very few, because Professor Chetna has given me only 30 minutes to uh, for this session. Um, Please make sure that Professor Chetna, you are just going to stop me at 10:30, because my weakness is like if I get the flow, I just keep running, so
That's true
please
with most of
let
us professors,
my
but
thought and,
we
time.
have to be
Thank you so
we
much.
have to be, adhering to time here. So you have another 17 minutes.
Thank you so much. Here, can you present the PPT for
So
me,
you want
please?
me to do it on your behalf?
No. Or let me try. And, I'm not a 100% techie person, and
Yeah, I will try
have
to
the
do
screen.
this. Whoever can make it faster, we will pull it off. Yeah, I'll share my screen on your behalf.
You want me to try, Professor?
No.
Thank you.
So
Thank you for that.
shall I move to the
Yes.
next slide?
Yes, please.
So hope you can see.
It's not working.
Yeah, it is. Can you see my screen? I have shared.
Yeah, I can see. I can see your screen.
Should I go to the next slide or this is fine?
Yeah, please. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Is this the
And
one?
still I'm seeing the first slide. And
Oh, is it?
can you move on to the second one? Yes.
I'll reshare it.
Got it.
Something is wrong there. This one?
Yeah, right. You're
Okay.
you're in the right slide. Thank you so much. Right. So as I told you earlier, I just got the list of vocabulary which are used frequently in the business area as well as in the corporate sector, especially when it comes to information technology and also the business management studies in masters or in the HR divisions. They always prefer to use these. Am I audible, Professor?
Yeah. Just give a minute. I'll unmute myself.
Okay. So I'm good to go, right? Yeah. Thank you. So here I have taken some of the frequently used the phrasal verbs as well as the idioms. And the first one, it says uh, trimming the fat. Trimming the fat is, it is not a meaning which deals with the body fitness. It deals with the corporate documents, where in the documents you can leave some of the unwanted or the too much of detailed document areas. So what you are going to highlight, you just highlight. Instead of highlighting those things, so you can simply cut all those other unwanted things. When it comes to the agreement with, when you are signing MOUs, or when you are just dealing with the contractual thing with the uh, cop to cop, corporation to corporation business scenario, they always make sure that this term is being used, trimming the fat. And moving the needle. Moving the needle is nothing but you are just making sure that all the documents, as well as all the what are all the things you are just dealing there in the corporate area. It is something like getting, effective results. What are all the results you are going to get? It is something going to be profitable. And when it comes to this moving the needle, it always makes sure that you are just giving complete information about that particular assignment. And the next one is a win-win situation. Win-win situation is like when a vendor is just providing the resources to the client place. They always make sure that they are not going to lose their profits. 50-50 chances. So from the revenue, both the vendor as well as the client are going to have a 50-50 chances, or 50-50 situations when they are going to place the resources in the company. The client place. And you can also say it is a 50-50 chance. There is an alternative term for that. And this particular term, shoot an email, or shoot the email. If you have a chance to talk to the American who is in corporate sector, they always make sure that, are you going to shoot an email, or are you going to mail? That they always get a kind of confusion. If you are just using the mail, it means that you are going to post it, and he is going to receive it from the post office. No, you have to be specific. You have to be specific in saying that I'm going to shoot an email to you, and please check your inbox. So you have to be specific in that scenarios, or in that situation. And the next one is something very interesting. People always say that in the client meeting, they always give the promises, that we are going to give one of the best of projects, and the project assignment is going to be a result oriented thing. And there the reality says that the company doesn't have enough employees to manage the project, where it deals with millions of dollars. So most of these companies, they just struggle, but they give a false promise, to the clients, and saying that uh, when you are not in a situation to provide this assignment, this project on time, by the given due date, well, you are just putting the pie in the sky. It means that you are just doing something not possible. You are just giving a false promise. You are just making the listener, making the person to believe you. You know, it is a indirect way of kind of cheating. Getting the money and not providing the expected results. That is a frequent, one of the frequent idioms you can use in your class with your students. The students, you give the deadline for the students assignment submission. If the students come to you and say that, for some lame excuses, they always come out. Yeah, we have a group of students in each and every batch as well as in the classes. You can say at that time that don't put the don't put pie in the sky. And there is another situation called the catch 22 situation. Catch 22 is nothing but you have a family function, and at the same time your college correspondent fixes a staff meeting in the early morning hours. So you do not know whether you're going to take the casual leave or you have to attend the staff meeting. If you are not going to attend the staff meeting, then you will be blocked. You will be marked. You will be there in the blacklist. you know, uh, if you are not going to be present in your family function, then your relatives are going to simply say that, oh, this guy is simply making fuss out of it, and he is acting as if he is holding the whole world on his shoulder, something like so in that situation, you feel like you are in a kind of balancing. You're just trying to convince people that you are preparing yourself to run in between these two things. In that case, people they use a catch 22 situation. And the next one is the favorite one for me, where when I was working as a part-time guest service representative in one of the three-star hotels in United States. I was there for 6 years, and I was studying as well as working part-time person. You all know that to get your pocket money, you have to work study while studying. And this culture is also been seen here in India, especially the kids are really struggling. And here I just want to introduce another term called locomotive kids. Locomotive kids. You can take note of it. These locomotive kids are the people who just take responsibilities, family responsibilities, and they always make sure their studies are not disturbed and their work, part-time work, is also not being disturbed. And they just in a very young age they take all the burdens, and they are called locomotive kids. It's really a tough for them. It is a tough family, poor family background, but in spite of that kind of situation, they always take the responsibilities, and they are called locomotive kids. Here this idiom, running like a chicken head cut off. I don't know whether this thing has happened in your, whether you had seen this in your real life. If a chicken head has been cut off, you can always see the chicken uh, flaps its wings, and before it leaves, before it dies. So here this term is frequently used by the Americans, where uh, here I would say that Miss Chetna Sarang is a person who is always uh, running in between her Toastmasters. Again, the next minute uh, uh, she gives data mass and sessions, and she always keeps the whole day completely packed. She, the people, the souls, they keep running. They don't sit, they don't relax, they don't think of relaxing. It is like a chicken flapping its wings, and there are people in the institutions as well as in the companies. They always think that they are the only person who can handle all the things going on in the campus, in the premises. And if you take a manager in a company, he always makes sure that he's everywhere, he's omnipresent. And if you go and get his appointment to meet at one place or a particular time, his colleagues will always say that, oh, he must be running like a chicken headed cut off. It means that this man won't sit in one place, or she won't sit in and relax. That is the thing. And they make fun out of it, and the next thing is bite the bullet. Bite the bullet means, if you are in a kind of very critical situation, where the client just gives a short span of time, and they are just making you to work day and night, and you are in a 11th hour situation to submit the project or submit the assignment. uh, you are just taking this challenge. You are a person with guts. Yeah, mentally you are prepared to take that last minute assignment, and you make sure that the person who is expecting your results is going to get complete satisfaction. So in that highly pressurized situation, how you are managing at that time, whether you are going to keep your mind calm, or you're going to get panic, or you're going to disturb the whole atmosphere, right from your family to the office setup. Some people will be like that. They always show their kind of stress to the colleagues and the family members, and they do not know how to handle it. And there are people where they always keep their mind calm, and they don't show their excitement, or they don't show their distress, or kind of a depressed mind. So those people are called the person who is an expert in bite the bullet when the situation arises. It is a pressurized situation, but you have to bite them. Silver bullet. Oh, this is something easy. It is going to give me some better results. I'm going to get the profits. I'm going to gain a lot from this project. So it's going to be a silver bullet for me. People say that. White the bullet is different from silver bullet. You know, and this silver bullet will always be used in the corporate sector, where especially when it comes to business. In the normal business scenario, they always say that just getting the profit in a short span of time, because you are an expert in dealing with that particular thing. uh, Professor, can you move on to the next one?
We have last 5 minutes and 3 minutes for audience to talk. Yeah, can you see the screen? I have changed it.
Yes, Professor, but still I am in the second
Oh, you're unable to see it?
I just want to. No,
Okay,
I'm
you
not
want me
seeing
to
the
go back. So you want the last slide or
the third one. The
third one? You mean this one?
yes,
Yeah.
you're done. The right. Yeah. Right. I hope that you have come across this term. Walk me through. When some a manager or a business person who is giving a demo, or a person giving complete instruction about one particular module or a project, where you are totally not at all, having a knowledge in that area, and you are just imagine that you are a buyer of a vacuum cleaner, and you are just asking the store manager to give the complete demo. And At that time, people say that, can you walk me through to know more about this product? It means that you want to learn, you want to know the nook and corner of the product, how it works. And this term is particularly used in all the meetings, when the uh, when the developers, software developers, when they develop their software to present it to the clients, they always use this term, and the clients always use this term. Hey guys, can you walk me through this whole modules, and the whole structure, so that I can understand how it works, and whether it is going to give me more inputs related to this area where I'm not aware of such things, such changes are happening, and you have done something, an improved part, So walk me through. Walk me through is like to know more, to introduce something new. And the next one is something you are familiar with. We are on the same page.
Sorry to interrupt. We have 2 minutes,
Yeah.
otherwise we'll miss on concluding or remarking on your beautiful presentation. I don't want to miss that.
Okay, I will make a quick. Okay. And on the same page, uh, there is another term for people use. We are speaking the same language. It means that both of our mental frequencies are going hand in hand, and I hope that you are just getting me what I am talking to, and you are not just deviating from the point. And next one is frameworks. Frameworks are nothing but how you are designing your ideas, how you are just presenting it, and how you are going to make sure that all this, I mean, the project things, you're going to make it simple, that is understandable. And the next thing is something that deals with creativity, blue sky thinking. Blue sky thinking is nothing but you are coming out with new ideas, innovative things, and with by saying that thanks for presenting this blue sky thinking means that you have given us the new ideas and make us to proceed with the innovative things. And the next one is something negative, heads will roll. Heads will roll means that recently the company Google has made their employees uh, uh, their employees' heads are going to roll, or the heads will roll. That means that they are going to resign, or they are going to lose their job. And most of the Google employees were feeling that uh, their heads will roll very soon, because they are going to be made to resign, or they are going to lose their job. And punting is nothing but it's a new term. It is a term which is not that frequently used in used in India, but this term refers to yeah, thing which is not that much important. Don't feel that it is something going to be very important. It's not. Don't punting. Don't stop punting. You can say stop punting means it is not important. So don't give too much attention towards it. That's it. And knee deep. Knee deep is nothing but in a corporate scenario where people always make sure that the situation is not going well, and people are just facing an unfortunate situation, or they are just getting struck up in their progress. That is a knee deep. That is the meaning for knee deep. And there is also the last term, that is the break even. Break even is it's neither a profit nor a loss. You are just satisfied with it. You have given a try, and you haven't lost your money, and you haven't get much profit. That happens. This term is used in share market. Break even. You're not a loser. You're not a profiteer. So these are the set of vocabularies I just want to introduce, and also, Professor, can you move on to the next one?
Yeah.
That I'm
Well,
on
no,
time.
it's not. Yeah,
The
we are
fourth one.
running out of time.
Yes, that deals with the
I don't
creativity.
know.
Okay, let me finish that one. I don't need the last one. Don't try.
Yeah.
Um, the creativity. If a society is not giving much importance for creativity, then the society is not going to progress. The main reason for the world countries, I mean, some of the developed countries like Singapore, or the developing countries in the Middle Eastern region, or the countries in in European nations. They are just giving much importance for creativity. So we are in a situation to encourage the learners to get motivate themselves, and we have to give the scaffolding to improve their creative qualities. And without creativity, you can't make the nation as well as your institution or whatever the career you are in. You have to present in such a very creative manner. And there are n number of examples you can say that. I can give you two best examples. That is the few food delivery apps. That is Zomato and Swiggy. Some 10 years ago, we were just heading towards the restaurants, but now through creativity, this is one of the best examples for this creativity thing, you know. So with that, I just want to conclude my session, and I once again I thank Data Mash and also
Thank you,
three
Professor